Welcome one and all. Look at me trying to pull another Rambo adventure. What do I get myself into? Is it safe, guys? Is it safe? Oh boy. You got these incredible little maple trees out here trying to give us some kind of screen. Well, they mostly do this for, the deer. I'm talking about the trees. I know. Only a few are going to last hundreds of years out here as they all compete for sunlight. I'm trying to get to this creek down here, but man, look at what I have to crawl through. Let's not say it like that. Look at what we get to crawl through. A heavenly experience for real. Try to get through, that is. The things I get myself into, man. Trying to find ancient stuff. Who knows what it's going to be like on the other side over here. I could walk right into some kind of giant briar patch or something. I hear the waters. Look how heavenly it is up in here, though. It's like we're a giant. And we're in some forest, like inside the trees, high up in the air. It's immaculate up in here. I could stand still up in this thing all day. I didn't think I was going to end up having to crawl today. When you see that light, it's time to get hype. Oh man. A different kind of adventure, man. Oh, trying to get to the light. But there's nothing wrong with this right here. It's like moonlight up in here. Gotta make it to those spots. And that's exactly what I'm trying to do, make it to them spots. It sounds cool out here too, but it's a hot one. It's gonna be 92 today. Look at me dipping down low. I see a gap, and I'm not talking about the clothing store either. Man, I hope we find some major things for going through all this, There's always got to be a payoff for something. Okay. All right. Sorry, little guys. I'm only some crazy human out here, acting all crazy. Of course, ow. A twig stuck me in the scalp. And I got sunburned yesterday on it. All right. Who's ready to jump in? I don't know, man. I think I see footprints, man. Look how heavily it is up in here. I think that's a human footprint right there. Oh, hey guys, you chilling today on this beautiful Sunday? I know I am. Man, look at this. I'm caught up in the beauty of it all out here. Last time I came out, look at these briars right here, man. Look at these briars. Yeah, but last time I came out here, I found this wagon wheel hub. I guess you call it a wagon wheel hub. That thing had a date from like the 1880s. I tossed it up here somewhere. All it is like the the middle portion. And it had a little bit of metal on it, but you can still kind of make out the spokes, the wooden spokes. Never found anything like that. And it was stuck in the creek in a spot underneath the rock. It looks like it might have been sticking there for like at least 60 years. All right, look, a grand entrance. We can just walk right in. You're gonna say, lucky you can walk right out too when you get done. Watch there be footprints out here, man. Oh boy, look at that beautiful, beautiful sight. Look at that. Is today gonna be picture day? Man, these birds are making it so heavenly out here, combined with the light. This is what we get for a Sunday. And it was cloudier when I first got here. All right. I don't know how much I'm going to recover, fine, whatever. I don't come out here that often anymore. Yeah, like I was saying about this creek right here, it takes a lot for it to get going, which means it could be months. I mean, it could rain real hard in select locations. But this little creek right here, I mean, it could rain torrential downpours for whatever. And this is such a tiny creek. It's more of like a ditch. But it takes it so much to get going, to manipulate anything to bring out the history, to expose it. It's kind of like the creek version of me, if that makes any sense at all. It's me as a creek. I mean, think about it. It's like me as a creek. I complain about it all the time. Because in my life, these days, it takes me forever to get going. When it comes to getting out of bed and getting out of the vehicle, sore, stiff, whatever, it takes time for me to get loosened up. Just like the history and all out here, it takes a long time to get it loosened up. There ain't no telling if they went this far. Well, I can tell someone else has already been out here, though. Oh, dang it, man. This is what you get deep out in the country. Nothing but the kitchen sink. Yeah, don't ask me what I'm getting myself into. If I see some footsteps, I'm out of here. If I see some snakes, I'm out of here. See, this creek takes forever to get going, man. Everything is almost still exactly the same as it was a long time ago, when I used to come at her all the time. that makes it difficult to recover things for the museum stash. Yeah, I know I gamble some of the time, you know, when it comes to this hobby. Going out to faraway places, walking far distances, just to find out someplace hasn't changed in almost a year. And if there's anything out here, they're going to make us work like crazy just to find it, recover it, if there's anything at all out here, man. Heck am I looking for? I have an idea for one thing that I think they're talking about. The entities out here. The ones that know it all. They're know-it-alls. They are. But everything's given to us in a dang riddle. I figured out what it meant when someone in one of the videos a long time ago said, "My triangle is broken." One of the first videos I ever filmed on the Chattahoochee. One of my very, 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 very first videos I ever uploaded to YouTube from way back in 2017. And someone said, "My triangle is broken." I figured out what they were talking about. I'm not going to tell you what it is. It's not even a triangle. It would have been a triangle if it was complete. It's an arrow with an incomplete bottom. Thus, the triangle is broken. They are so literal out here, it's not even funny, man. So I had to find something like that, and I found it. But what do arrows point to? What are arrows? What is their purpose? To point us into a direction of something very important. Nothing yet. Dang it. It's like there's no point to look. I'm just looking for whatever. Take that back. I just found something. I know it's a different kind of history out here, but, you know, we don't find these things that often. Please don't be modern. Please be embossed. It looks like it's intact. I'm trying to speak it forward. Like I'm finding some kind of ancient pot or some kind of Lord's artifact out here of ancient times. You know, I love these things. I don't see embossing yet. Like I told you, a lot of stuff that comes out here is from the 80s and 70s. Oh, dang, the top is busted. Yeah, it's modern, man. It's modern. It's got that applied label. Yeah, let's toss it in the woods, man. All right. Still a good find for today. Different kind of artifact. Been out here for a while, too. Not that old. Always got to check the bottom and see the name on it. Where it came from. Harlem? You can barely read that one. I can't even read that thing. I can't read it. It's all rubbed down. Huh. S.A. Salem? No, there's a word in front of it. Oh well, I can't read it. Let's toss it up. Come back and find this thing a few thousand years from now. We'll definitely be rejoicing in that thing right there. Even with a chipped top. 1,000 years old makes all the difference. You just got to give it time. Let's hope that wildlife doesn't take off with it. Well, that's about 5 feet higher. Look at that washout line right there. Look at that landscaping. That clean line where they wiped off the leaves as the rushing waters came through here during some kind of major washout event. Let's hope we can find what is out here. We only have a little bit of ways to go, but plenty of time left. Yeah, it definitely did something out here. I mean, if this was all piled up with leaves and stuff that are like 2 years old, then that would be a different story. But when it's cleaned off, 5.5 feet taller than the creek itself, a lot of things must have happened. Well, at least since February. But if it only ran rough for about 5 minutes, ran deep for about 5 minutes, that's not enough time to move things around. Man. Well, I guess this is going to be more of a chill session rather than a historical recovery session. I'll let you know if I find anything besides the complete heaven of it all out here. Thank you for this day anyway. I needed this, for real. We all need it. Man, that startled the crap out of me. I didn't know what I was looking at when I first looked up, man. Hold on, there's a fire ant climbing up my pants. It's biting the legs. The heck, they're grabbing on to the pants. But this thing right here, man. When I saw that, I had no idea what that thing was. I thought it might have been some kind of giant carcass or something, like a bear or something, I don't know. But it's just a giant tire. Hold on. Gotta climb through the briars. Man, look at that thing. The briars are hanging on. All right, I think it's about to pay off. Check this thing out. Let's hope it's going to be heavy, you know. Talk about a fully intact pot. I see some kind of design on something. Please tell me it's not plastic. I see roses on the inside, a rose design. Check out this vintage item right here. Who knows, it could be plastic from like the early 2000s. I think it's plastic though, man. That thing was porcelain. You better believe I'm gonna be adding this thing to the balled up t-shirt. It's plastic though, gotta be. Man, it is, man. It's vintage though, it is. It's got a date on the bottom. I'm tossing this thing up in the woods. It was covered with something though. Man, okay, that's all right though. Dishwasher safe. What does that say? General Electric. AC use only. USA, made in USA. I don't know if I see a date. Imagine pottery had date on it. Ancient artifacts. Do not sterilize with boiling water or wash an auto dishwasher. Man, this thing goes back way back. All right, it's got the plug in. Yeah, this thing could be from like the early 70s or late 60s or something. Should I toss this up in the woods to see if we can come back and find it later or just recover this thing? I'm always praying for some kind of fully intact pot. Hey, it doesn't have roses on it. It's got little kids on it. Look at that. It's got the faces of the 60s on it. I recognize a facial design any day of the week. You're talking about like 60s? Maybe? I thought that was like a rose design. It's got a cool little vintage design on it though. That's cool. Yeah, look at them things right there. That's definitely could be from the late 50s all the way through the early 70s. Too bad it's got a chip on it though. Let me see if I can recover this thing. Well, I know I can, it's just gotta get in the pockets. Very cool design. Thanks for that one. At least it's something. Excuse me, little butterfly. Looks like it's just going to be the modern stuff in this creek. I'm not going to say only the modern stuff today. I might have time to go to another place. We still got like 6 hours before it gets dark. Yeah, I'm going to toss this thing up in the woods. Probably from the 70s, 80s. It's intact. Probably won't last too much longer in the creek. Without it getting broken, you know. Nice little vintage design on this thing. Let me go and add it to the woods, the grass. See, when it comes to this, things like this kind of bug me in areas like this. I mean, you got this little tiny creek that's only about maybe 12 feet wide and about 5'11" deep, the banks. But I come across things like this. It kind of makes me feel that this is not an ancient creek, you know, but I found ancient things in here before. But who knows? I mean, that could have been flipped up, the root system, but that could be the original root system where a tree once stood here a long time ago. A very long time ago. Highly unlikely that a creek this small would have been flowing in a different direction, a different area, close by. I just don't know. I always want to believe that places like this are extremely ancient. But when I come across things like that, it always makes me feel that the creek is just here because of development. After roads were put in back in the 1880s through the 1950s. And a ditch turns into a small creek over time, over the course of 130 years or something. But all the artifacts out here that I did recover probably was in the land that used to be where we are now. And it just dropped in over time. I never know, man. I never know. Bugs me like crazy when I come across little tree stems right in the middle of the creek. Now you talk about ancient. These are ancient. Probably cypress. Probably a few hundred years old. Gotta be. Look how sanded down those things are. I recognize cypress stumps any day of the week. So the cypress were growing right here. Wonder where the water came from. Wonder where the creek came from. How did it form here? Love coming across this stuff. Gotta be at least 500 years old on this thing. Found some old school vintage shirt. Probably could be from the 50s, could be from the 70s, could be from the 1930s. They wore small. It's a small one for real. Used to be white. Look at the color now. Either white or gray. Now look at the color. Or it could have been brown and it just faded. No, let's say it's white. This thing was white. Let's go ahead and toss it somewhere. Probably won't be able to find it. It'll get washed out of here easily. But there's something interesting behind us. If only this thing was fully intact, man. I know exactly what this thing is. It's one of those old school heating pot things from back in the either colonial times all the way through whenever. Early 1900s. That's where they used to hang it, right here. Man, what a heartbreaker. Shattered beyond belief. That thing could probably be well over 200 years old right here. Impossible. Completely impossible. I know I haven't been finding majorly historical things, but I think I see something down here. It's not an artifact. I leaned down to look at it. I thought it was like an old medicine bottle from like the 1800s or something like that, but it's not. It's a rock. But it's got some fine edges on it for real. I moved it with a stick, and it's a heartbreaker too. Never found anything like this out here. But there's a first time for everything, for real. What a heartbreaker of a terminated crystal. Definitely adding that thing to the collection. I don't know if it's quartz or what. I don't know if that's creek stain. I don't know if it's black. Can't tell. All I know is it's a heartbreaker terminated crystal.